Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I am going to show you a speedrun of Advance Wars Dual Strike, and it's going to be the any percent skills category. I'm going to explain it why we are actually using skills for this marathon. It's technically a new game plus, but we're using skills because it's just marathon safer. Without skills, there are strategies that normally do not work. Also, another note, I wasn't like supposed to be here in the first run. I was going to replace someone, so hopefully this is a worthy replacement. So I think there was nothing much that I have to explain in the beginning. So we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Gotcha, dude.
Okay, so I hope you have a comfy time right now. So it's at the beginning there is quite a lot of tutorial, so we're going to explain what's going to happen. So first of all, we just learn how to move our units and attack the respective units perfectly. So first of all, we're going to play as Jake, and we're fighting against Rachel, which are both from the Orange army. And this is just a tutorial mission to, again, to explain how to move and how you attack.
Yeah,
And
if you haven't figured out already, Advance Wars is like a turn-based strategy kind of game and like a modern kind of war setting with like guns and tanks and explosions and stuff.
Yep.
And you take the role of a commander, and every commander is like different. They have their own unique abilities and like pro and cons to what they can do and what they can't do, or what they're like better at or worse at. Some really excel at like, I don't know, like aerial combat, and so others suck at that, you know, just to make things a bit more interesting.
Yeah. At the beginning, like the CO abilities are not that really important because it's always guaranteed that you have to play these characters, and like for the most of the early missions, it really doesn't matter at all. I will explain them as like if it's actually relevant in this case. So this is a tutorial mission on how to use ranged units. So the enemy has 3 tanks, and yeah, they're conveniently placed for us to just attack it with the ranged units, which are artilleries in this case. At the beginning of day 1, you've also seen me use 2 units because there is, again, it's a tutorial. You have to move certain units to actually end the day. So we had to move those 2 units. Sometimes I will just use the move, just move a unit once, mostly because it saves time in the long run. Maybe it's some animation cancelling that I'm going to do, which is a legitimate speed strat for some reason. And again, for this case, I'm going to use the transporter copter here, load a mech, then put those 2 copters there, and end the turn. So we have a black bomb on the downside of the screen, and it's going to explode into the other 3 copters. That's a neat little surprise because Advance Wars 3, Advance Wars Dual Strike, yeah, but it's basically the 3rd game, also introduces a couple of new units. One of them was the black bomb, and the black bomb can just explode.
Annoying.
Can just explode and deal 5 flat damage to any unit that it hits. And we couldn't do anything against, so we just have to take the damage. Normally, the tutorial says you're supposed to join those 2 units together so they fill their HP up. So if you have 2 copters with 5 HP, you can join them together so you have 1 copter with full HP. But it's slow. We don't have to do that, luckily. Also, yeah, we're going to see a couple of B and C ranks because we just want to go fast. So speed is like the most important stat. The rank is decided between like power, which means you have to destroy a couple of units throughout the turn. Then technique is you don't have to lose any units at all, or like the fewer units you lose, the better your ranking is. And speed, obviously, the amount of days it takes to finish this mission. Okay, so now we're in a 30-minute mission where we have to destroy all the units to win. If we don't do that, yeah, a missile is going to hit the land and we're going to auto lose. But as you've seen, it takes us like 15 seconds max to actually finish this mission. It's probably one of the worst designed missions in this entire game because
Yeah, I would clap, but you know, these missions are so easy, like...
yeah, like the first 9 missions, they're super easy. And yeah. So we're going to enter Neverending War, and that's the first time we can actually use skills, and that's where the important part comes to play. So again, we're using skills to reduce the RNG in this game, just to make it more safe for the marathon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Rachel. Rachel is kind of the lucky CEO in this game, pretty much the sister of Nell, I think. I think you can just explain what she does actually. Let me do this settle real quick. Okay, I think it's those two. And wait, I messed up. Good. Good. Alright. Can you explain what Rachel's powers are? Or do you know?
Rachel's power is like based on... how does this work again? It's something luck based. This is long, a while ago since I played her. I think she's like super really OP if you abuse it correctly.
Yep. Okay, I may explain it. So,
yes, please. I don't remember.
So
this
Rachel
part.
is a luck-based CEO. She sometimes does more damage than she's intended to. And she has also like 2 powers, and which means like you can use them if you deal enough damage or if you've taken enough damage. We're not going to use her power that often, except if the bid war says that I have to use Rachel in the final mission. Other than that, it's pretty much irrelevant. Also, all of the units heal 3 HP when they're on the base, so that's another neat little bonus. But the issue with that is you will also lose more money because of that when you're healing up units, because instead of healing 2 HP per turn, you heal 3. Which means, yeah, you're losing a little bit of money. Okay, so now on this turn we're going to finish this mission. So we're going to destroy this tank, then destroy this mech, destroy this recon, destroy this other mech. Okay, have to do 1 additional attack. That was not a lucky roll, that case. Okay, but that went pretty well. So the missions are kind of optimized to either like reduce the amount of animation that plays throughout the mission, and like the movements that we're possibly not going to do. Again, it's kind like the routing of this game was basically done by DXDYDZD, or as I call him, XYZ with the 4Ds. He pretty much invented like most of the strategy next to another tasker called Electorn. You may have heard him from the U series. Is it also my start? Okay. Good. Let's launch this one.
I might quickly want to add really quick here. Yep. For pretty much every mission, there's like 2 different win conditions. Either you defeat all enemy units like available, or you just capture their mission, like their headquarter. And depending on mission, some might be faster than the others.
Yep.
You've seen one earlier.
Okay, I need to actually focus a little bit. Alright, so as you may have noticed, I'm actually using 2 things at the same time. I'm using the buttons to either like do specific movements much faster, or I'm using the touchscreen. And the DS touchscreen is not that great to do precise movements. So if I'm just redoing moves or like not hitting the buttons appropriately, yeah, sometimes I have to redo the moves. Okay, so in this mission we're just going to capture the HQ.
Yeah.
Because
Easy
it's an easier win. It's also faster because most of the times routing the enemy is not good, or it's much slower, unless there's like a fewer enemy count and there is no HQ. Of course, pretty simple. Okay, now we're getting introduced to a new character in this series, which is called Sasha. Sasha doesn't really have an ability throughout the run that is really useful. However, she will be useful in mission 16, which is Into the Woods, and she's pretty much the money-generating CEO. So she gets increased income based on the amount of cities that you have. I think it's a 10% extra per city.
Yes, I think that's correct.
It should be. It's like 100 per extra city, so it's basically 10%. Okay, so we're just going to move forward with the copter and the recon. Recon is pretty much a fog of war unit that you can just that is really useful. It gives like 5 vision or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna explain Fog of War maybe real quick, or should I?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Can I? Or
Yeah, just explain. Yeah.
Yeah, so Fog of War is basically the black squares you can see. You as a player don't see if any enemies or any units are like hiding in it, and all of your units have like a base radius of like vision. And yeah, so you can see certain parts of the map. One problem with that is that certain like terrain, like cities or mountains or woods, depending whatever, either like increases your like they obscure the Fog of War even more a bit. And if there's an enemy or like a unit in the Fog of War and you're trying to traverse through it, you just get stopped and the action of that unit gets like stopped, so you can't even attack anymore.
So basically Fog of War sucks.
Yes, it sucks.
It really sucks. Okay, so here is a mission that is very interesting to read. So we are going to finish a capture mission with just 2 units, and that's pretty much what we're going to use. That's why that's because we're using skills. Okay, so I'm switching to Max for setting up another mission later. I'm going to increase his defenses and capture rate. So normally it's normally you can only capture with infantry and mechs by like 10 HP per. Like it's pretty much like it depends on the HP of the infantry or the mech. I'm going to increase it to make it safer to capture the HQ. And what we just need is an infantry and APC, which is a transport unit. So I loaded this infantry, and I'm just gonna drop it in front of the HQ and capture it. It's a silly strategy. It's pretty silly, you know. It's a really silly strategy, but it works every time with this setup. There is another setup that you can do, which is like slightly faster, but it doesn't really save time. And there is a damage roll that may cause some issues. So we kind of want to avoid that. Okay. So we're going to capture the HQ.
I'm pretty sure every single Advance Wars game has at least one map with silly strats.
Yep. For example, like in Advance Wars 2, there is a mission on Blue Moon where you don't build anything.
Yeah, that's like my favorite mission. You just literally do nothing for like 7 turns in a row and you win. Like nothing. You just skip turn, you win. Yeah.
Also, yeah. Now that we're here, you should probably just tell who you are. Yeah. Yeah. You should also give a headset to Neglaria. Yeah. Okay. So this is like the first.
Which one? 3 or 4? Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter. Okay. Let me do something real quick before I'm going to explain the strategy and the gimmick of this map. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to use Max because he's like the melee specialist. And we are just going to use melee units, which are 2 fighters, a bomber, and a tank. And here's a gimmick with Advance Wars. Next to the tag ability, so you can switch between 2 COs, which we're going to get later on. We also have 2 screens, so we're basically fighting on 2 fronts. And first of all, So first of all, in the first one we cannot control the screen, so we just have to pray that the NPC doesn't do silly stuff. Also, normally you're wait, let me actually do that properly. Okay. Good. Okay, so normally you're kind of supposed to win on both screens, because if you win on the top screen, you get an additional head. Most of the time, your dual strike is available. I will explain dual strike when it's actually relevant, because it's not in this mission, because we don't really want to win on the top screen. Okay, so we're using these fighters to fight off the enemy fighter, and we're also using it as a shield to protect the bomber, because the bomber is going to do the finishing blow on the black crystal, which is on the right side of the map. The black crystal heals for about 2 HP per turn, and it's like a 2x2. And we just destroyed in one attack, because Max is really good when it comes to melee combat. Okay, so now that we save the bomber here, we're going to destroy black crystal, and we just won, like, immediately. So this is the first part of the run. So it's split up in 3 parts. It's like the introduction to Advanced Wars Dual Strike, then a couple of more tutorials, and some more bigger missions, and like then the end game. The end game is like probably the hardest part in in this entire run, and it's also the longest part. So now we can pick between 2 COs. Now we got this ability for the next mission, which is Black Boats Ahoy. So we're going to fight Kindle. Do you know what Kindle does?
I do.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'm Nigleria. I don't speedrun Advanced Wars, but I've played it a bunch. Kindle has 30% extra damage on cities, and she's just only on or cities and as well like HQs. Her first special power is that she does 3 damage to anyone that's standing on a city or HQ. Her super power, like full charge, is that she does more damage based on the number of cities she has. She's generally like a pretty higher tier CO.
Yeah, and she's super annoying when she uses her CO power. That's also a thing that somebody mentioned me like last week. Depending on the CEO you have to face off, they have different different AI. Kindle usually just tries to spam her CO power and try to reduce the HPs of your unit by 3. And it's really, really annoying, and we don't ever want to deal with that, but at one point, which is the final mission, we have to deal with that. Luckily, that is not an issue in this case, because we can just capture the HQ and win. Also, you're probably wondering, why did the artillery just move away? So, again, the AI tries to protect their ranged units from anything that can threaten it, and we put the anti-air on the bottom side of the island just to scare it away, so we can just capture the HQ. So, lightning strikes, that's a mission we're also going to cheese. We're actually not going to capture the HQ, but instead we're going to route. Also, I'm going to turn the auto CO off, because we are not going to do anything on the top screen. What a surprise. And the reason for that is there's, again, no reason to finish on the top screen. Doesn't give
strats.
Hell yeah. It doesn't give us any benefits. Right.
Again, like winning by doing nothing. Kinda, sorta.
Again, yeah, top screen is not relevant in this mission at all. There are certain missions where you have to win. That's in Omens and Signs and Means to an End. Again, like one mid-tier mission and the final mission. Okay, so yeah, gonna see fly some copters. So the anti-air is just responsible for those 2 infantries that spawn on the right side of the map, and the Max and the Rocket, which is another ranged unit, a pretty strong ranged unit actually, is responsible for the spawning recons. Okay, so now the copters are getting close, so we kind of have to fight, but we're not going to still. Okay, so we're going to destroy this infantry, destroy this recon, destroy the other recon, and put this infantry there. So usually he's going to build a tank. Good. Okay, and now that we're here, we're just going to surrender. Yeah. Jake, you did a good job. Okay, now we destroy the remainder of the units, and because we routed the enemy, we just instantly win. Technically, the enemy could build 1 more unit, because there is a factory on the right side. But, again, the game doesn't care, so we just win. Okay, next mission is Frozen Fortress. I've done this run in 2015, and that was one of the deal breaker of this one, where there was no strat if I had a bad start. So what can happen here is either the enemy just tries to capture both factories, which is bad, or he tries to capture one factory and one city. But let me set up real quick. So we're going to use Colin. He's going to pretty much use defensive skills and cost reduction skills, and things like increases cost. Then we're going to use Sensei as a backup, and he's just going to use capture skills. Okay, depending on the pattern, I may have not to do this. Also, I just realized I have to surrender because I was supposed to switch to Max, because Max has the skills set up for this mission. Okay, it's a small time loss. It's not the end of the world.
Enough time for a donation?
Yeah.
So we have $5 from Zast saying, Frozer, I'm in the airport, delay the run by 10 hours.
Yes, of course. By the way, huge shoutouts to Zast. He actually managed to find he reminded me to a really good strategy. So there was I did a test run of it where I didn't play any music whatsoever, and it actually saves. Wait, I have to change here. Okay, and it actually saves around 4 to 5 minutes in the end by just not playing music. Yeah, shoutouts to Zest. Sad he couldn't be here for the run. Okay, so the reason why we picked switched to Sensei is he has +1 movement onto the T-copter, and we're just going to capture the HQ and block off the other infantry. Otherwise, he would be able to attack the infantry that's capturing the HQ, and the strat wouldn't work. Yeah, okay, I have to end here, and then I have to capture. That's enough. Okay,
Easy.
and another really easy mission. Again, the best strategy doesn't even need the recon on Orange Star, so it's waits around 10 to 15 seconds, I think. So that's cool. This is actually not a mission where we have to reset over and over again to get the good pattern. Okay, Verdant Hills. I don't have really anything to say about this. First of all, I'm only going to use Blue Moon in this mission because Orange Star is absolutely useless. Like even if you even if you would play casually, like it doesn't do anything. Okay, so Blue Moon, we are going to hide those 2 ranged units. It changes the AI pattern to a favorable. Yeah, it's a favorable AI pattern, and we're going to move this recon away so we can drop the mech right on the mountain and then capture the HQ. And this is actually the intended strat for this mission. I'm not gonna lie, this is something that everyone can do. So now we're just waiting. They move away because they don't suspect anything. Now they are going to switch to, because yeah, for whatever reason, we're going to capture the HQ, and then after that we just won.
My Green Earth boy is so bad.
Look, it's bad map design. Like, Dual Strike has really bad map design, to be quite honest, when it comes to campaign.
Oh, like even if you want to design your own maps, there's only 3 slots that they let you save maps on.
Yep. So you can generate your own shitty map if you want to.
Well, it's actually more like bad AI design, because you can manipulate AI kinda sometimes a bit.
Yeah, in that case, the reason why we hit those ranged units is otherwise the enemy tries to avoid them by like not moving that far, which makes capturing the HQ impossible. Okay, so we're going to we're going into Snow Hunters, and we're going to use Jess. Can anyone of you explain Jess a little bit?
Yeah, Jess has plus 10% attack with all vehicles, but she has minus 10% attack with things that aren't vehicles, including infantry. Her infantry are like severely weakened. Like, it might not sound like much, but she'll lose most infantry battles. Her first like minor CO power, it's just +1 for movement range and attack. And then plus, or Super CO power is just +2 range to all vehicle movements.
There is a really important fact that you actually missed. Okay, so another thing is about Jess is her CO and Super CO power also refills fuel and ammo.
Yep.
And that fact is really important for the mission before Crystal Calamity. I totally forgot the name of it. Yeah, I will get to that.
I forgot it because it's usually not relevant, but
It's
in the story mode, it can be contextually very relevant.
In the speedrun it is. Okay, so I just realized something. Okay, I may have to waste an additional turn depending on what the enemy does. Okay, so our mission is to destroy those mini cannons on the right side. Okay, what are the copters going to do? Okay, attacking one. That's okay. Okay, we're going to use Jess power, so we're going to increase our offensive stats.
Turbo charge.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so does 95. Okay, so I messed up something with the skill setup, but it's fine. It's not a big time loss actually. Yeah, that one doesn't do anything. Nah, it's okay.
Oh, from the tank movement?
Yeah, I think I messed up something with Jake's skills. I may have to fix that later on. Okay. Hog is not going to use the CO power. That's good.
Do we have a time for another one?
Yeah, sure.
We have $5 from Mash saying, shoutouts to Negleria and the fact that Advance Wars is actually a solid handheld strategy game. Good luck on your run, SirFrozer.
That wasn't enough? Okay. Okay, let's just waste another half a minute. That's fine. Okay, so now he's... Okay. Hawk is going to use Black Wave, which reduces any HP by 1 and increases his HP by 1. It's... wastes a lot of time because there's a lot of animation that you have to play. I don't know what just happened. But it's fine. It's a marathon. I expected something bad to happen. Okay. But at least now we can destroy this minican and we just win. Yeah, again, you don't really need to use skills to finish this mission with that threat because it's pretty much intentional as well. But we still got speed 100 points, so we did the we did good. We did great.
Aren't you getting that like pretty much in every single mission?
Potentially.
I mean, this is speedrun, and you know.
That would, yeah.
Would make sense.
Would make sense. Okay, omens and signs. So that's another 2-screen battle. We actually have to win on the top screen, and we're going to do that by sending a couple of units to the top screen. Okay, Max has to get these skills, which increases his offense, defensive skills, and I think the last one is... what is it? Okay, I kind of blanked out. I think it's that one. Yeah, that one's fine.
Does the mini cannons work on the top screen for that?
Yes, and that's why we're going to use Cannon Guard. And also C attack is really useful on the top screen because every tile in the air counts as C. Because of...
Have you told Grimm's power yet?
No, you can actually explain it.
So Grimm is like 130-80. He has like 30% extra offense, but he has 20% less defense. So he needs to be like a first strike CO. If you hit him first, he'll take like a crap ton of damage. But if you want to just like lay a big, put like one big damage on the cannons, him and Max are like pretty much the best options.
Yep.
His CO powers are just increased damage.
Okay. So you have seen that I've deleted one of my units, which is a carrier, which has a stealth unit on it. The reason for that is there are black bombs on the top screen, and I want to eliminate them as fast as possible because they are really hard to deal with the fighters. Because again, the AI can screw you over a big time. So we are going to avoid that by sending those 2 fighters and this bottom fighter to the top screen. Then we're going to delete the empty carrier because the carriers are really useless in general. And we're dropping those 2 fighters as those 2 stealths, and those 2 stealths are responsible for the mini cannons on the right side. Okay. Okay, now the enemy just moves around a little bit. Okay, now we're pretty much eliminating all of the units on the top screen, except for the bombers. Oh yeah, another good map design. There are bombers on the top screen for the enemy.
Very.
I have no idea why they do that, but look, it's Advance Wars. There is no logic. I mean,
They want to do like a mirror match up there?
Yep. Okay.
I don't know.
Sometimes things in Advance Wars don't make sense.
I mean, there is this one guy from like the very beginning that doesn't know what an airport is. If you know this reference, yeah, you're one of the old boys, I would say. So again, now we just have to wait until the top screen finishes. So we have to destroy those 8 mini cannons first, and after that we can destroy the 4 mini cannons. Okay, let me check. This looks alright, I think. Yeah, I didn't like that the fighter moved down there. Depending on the movement order, I may get unlucky.
Yeah, that bomber up there is gonna change everything.
Yeah, actually, that is really important because the bomber, the bombers are actually just tanks in that case. They just there to annoy you, so that the fighters on stealth are going to attack the bombers, just like that. And again, this is useless. Okay, so that's one more. Okay, I think I'm fine. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay. Now that we finished the top screen, we could technically use Dual Strike right now, but we're not going to because, again, it's wastes time. We're going to one-shot the Black Cannons regardless because we just put every offensive skill onto max. And after we've done that, that's Omens and Signs, and that's like the first mission where we actually cleared the top screen. So, that's one of the longer missions in the second part of the run. Okay. Also, yeah, there's always this cutscene. I think we got an S rank on of that, right? I don't know. Anyways, now Into the Woods. Into the Woods is a really hard mission if you play it casually. And there is a strategy that may or may not work. And it depends on the very last. So we're going to use Jess, and Jess is responsible to capture the HQ. By the way, that's a spoiler alert for that. And we're going to use APC movement +1. And Jake, and I'm actually... Okay, I figured what happened. It's that one. That one, okay. Now I fixed that, and we're going to use Sasha. I think now one of you guys can explain what Sasha does.
Sasha takes 100. Oh, so Sasha takes 100 gold extra for every city, like 10% extra income, and that like she doesn't really have any downside, which is nice. Her first CO power is based on how much money she has. She'll lower the CO power of every enemy, which is pretty good. And her super CO power is like based on how much damage she does to enemies, she'll gain money. Oh no, she'll do extra damage based on how much money she has. Yep. Collins gets money.
Okay, so
no, gains money when she take. Yeah, Collins is power of money. His super CO power does extra damage based on how much money he has. Sasha gains money based on how much damage she gets.
Yeah, I think that one is alright. We're doing good so far with the commentary, I guess. we did practice it quite a lot, which is like, no, we didn't. Okay.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, of course, that's how all good marathon runs go. We just don't practice commentary at all. Okay, so Naglaria mentioned the CO power of Sasha, and that is really important because on day 3 there's attack power would be ready, and attack power at this point would be very devastating. So we are going to avoid that. Okay, let me actually hit the right units. Okay, good. Move this one up. Then we're going to destroy that one with the medium. destroy that one with the rocket. Move this one forward. And prepare this one to not run away, and I think that's good. Okay, now we're going to destroy these two copters. The copters are actually the most dangerous thing in this mission, because they can screw you over on the bottom side of the screen, because most of the army is on the top side of the map. And now we're going to use Market Crash to reduce the CO gauge of Flash and Kindle. And what this does is, again, it prevents the enemy to use the tag power. And again, tag power is super devastating.
Story mode is kind of very much designed around the enemy getting their CO powers at certain turns.
Yep.
And Sasha, like especially on hard mode, she can kind of just break that. So she's generally pretty good in story mode for casual play as well as speedruns.
I actually need to do that real quick. Okay, good. Now we don't need Sasha anymore, so we're probably going to sacrifice a lot of units on the top side. And okay, that's good. Okay, so it's really important that those Neo tanks, those spider thingies that you see on the map, did actually attack my units, because we have to move them away from the HQ, because one of the Neo tanks, which is the second one that moves, has to get away to actually capture the HQ. So now we're going to use the tag power on our own. What this does is it gives each individual CO's power. In that case, we're going to use Jess' superpower. Then we're going to switch to Jake, which gains his superpower and gets us one additional move. And because of that, we can just capture the HQ in one turn. And as a spoiler, this is going to happen quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of in casual play it'll come up a lot in speedrun play, just because it's like 2 turns is really broken in a tactics game. Dual strike is it's a game.
It's good game.
Yeah. If you like tactics games, I highly recommend it. I think like the Days of Ruin is better for like multiplayer.
Oh, I never
it's more
played
balanced.
that one.
It's more balanced.
It is more balanced, yep.
And they got some cool units, but this is like better for the speedrun.
It is.
If you know how to, you can actually get 3 turns.
Yeah.
Is that gonna come up at some point?
Not the 3 CO thing, unless
I mean a certain CO who can
Eagle?
Like,
Eagle.
go twice.
Yeah, Eagle.
He would need to, and he needs to go first.
Yes, I know.
Because if he's second, his CO power is useless.
kinda
which
useless.
Kind of sucks.
And here's the thing, we're not going to see that.
Yeah.
Not even if the incentive says that we have to use Eagle on the final mission.
But he's my boy.
Then bring the people to donate to Eagle and Sami. I mean, yeah, again, the donation incentive is something that I just came up with a little bit to spice things up a little. Because depending on the CO that you pick on the final mission, the strategy changes a little bit. Especially, like, at least for 2 COs, like the third one, has pretty much the same strategy as one of them. Okay, and now we're going to actually capture the HQ instead of destroying all the Uziums.
Want to explain what those are and what they do, because they're hella annoying?
They are annoying. Okay, so they can only move once, unless it's a dual strike, then they can technically move twice. They just destroy everything that that are next to each other,
including flying things like that T-copter.
Oh yeah,
That's a big piece of ooze.
Yeah. So instead of dealing with those, because they are quite tanky, we're just going to capture the HQ, and yeah, they will just explode.
You need a lot of firepower to kill one of these guys in a single turn.
But there are probably people saying, but now you don't get that much points. That sucks. Yeah, but we are going for speed, so that's the most optimal strategy. We only use 3 units in total. Yeah, I mean the explosion animation has to play, but it's like much faster than just dealing with them one
It
by
would
one.
like take forever.
Okay. Can one of you guys just explain what healing touch is all about? It's the mission where you just where you have to face a bunch of 1 HP enemies, and it's a pretty gimmicky mech. Also, I should.
All right. Well, the dark crystals, they'll heal 2 HP.
Yeah.
To every piece that's within 2 spaces of it. So every turn, these enemies will get like 2 more 8 HP, and they'll start merging after, I think. But you, like, basically just route to do as much damage to, like, or get as many, like, hits in on early as possible. That's, like, the gimmick of the map.
I think I messed up. I messed up. Okay, I have to actually yield. I wasn't supposed to move the tank in a diagonal line with the anti-air and the mega tank. Okay, yeah, we're going to have a lot of explosions, and I guess if you have some donations, yeah, you can read them right now.
I don't think they do.
They don't go.
I guess I'll give a shout-outs to Advance Wars by Web.
Yep.
It's just a website that, like, yeah, it's got a big community. It's just literally called Advance Wars by Web. If you Google it, you'll find it. It's like they have like a lot of like really good designed maps for tournament plays, and they're just like, if you want to play Advance Wars, there's people that are doing it.
Yep.
Way better than I am, but you know.
Way better than I am. I
Yeah.
mean, look at me. I'm just doing pretty garbage stuff.
If you want to, if you want to challenge a speedrunner to Advance Wars, challenge Cypher, because he's like,
yeah,
he's good. He's real good.
Yeah. Okay, so there is a reason why we destroy these units, especially. It's just they're like the most annoying to deal with. So we're mostly dealing with fighters and the anti-airs, because those are like the most dangerous threats on Blue Moon's side. For Orange Star, we don't care, because we are going to use just CO power to destroy 3 of the 4 remaining crystals, and the last one is for Blue Moon. That's why we didn't set up any skills for Hawk, because Hawk can just one-shot the crystal with the bomber. Pretty much like I think like every CO can do that. Also, here's the thing about the ammunition fill with Jess. So normally the Mega Tank has only 3 ammunition, but since we're refilling it, it has full ammunition, and this allows us to destroy this crystal with 1 attack. Okay, also I'm going to move this one away. Destroy that one. This one. Good. Okay.
Can we do a quick shout out?
Yeah, sure.
I want to talk about one of our partners, ViewSonic Elite. ViewSonic Elite provides every single gaming monitor that is for our runners and for our PCs in a practice room. Thank you very much for the support. They have over 30 years of experience of working on CRTs and 1 millisecond LCD monitors.
Cool. Okay, so now here's probably my second least favorite mission, which is called Crystal Calamity. That one has 2 winning conditions. So first of all, we have to launch all the missiles on the map, and after that we have to destroy the Black Obelisk. And the Black Obelisk is the thing in the middle, and this one is pretty much a black crystal on steroids. Okay, let me set up the things real quick.
I think I remember this mission. This sucked at casual.
It really does. Okay, wait, I messed up something. That's good. Then city attack, that's good, and that one, okay. Then Jake, that's good. Jazz and Lash and Sensei is also good. We're going to use cost reduction, C +1, and Star Power, which is not really necessary. I think Jazz is fine. Okay. So again, since we're using skills, you also have to memorize them a little bit, and some of the skills have similar effects, or like weaker or stronger, and some of the missions, it's really important that you either pick the stronger or the weaker one. Okay, so how this map is built up is there are 3 missiles on each side, and we're actually splitting it up in 3 to 4s, and so Orange Star is going to take 3 missiles, and Blue Moon is going to take only 2, and Green Earth is surprisingly going to take 4 of them. Even though the map is supposed to design that every army has to deal with their respective missiles. And the reason why we're using Sensei on Green Earth specifically is to deal with because he has more, like his transportation is like 1 range higher, and also he can spawn infantries, which is his CO power. Let me check. Okay, that's good. now we're going to protect those 2 missiles with the tank. Move this one down. That's good for Blue Moon. Then we're going to land the infantry into the C-copter, move it all the way to the right. Then we're going to destroy one of the copters, move this one 3 down. And then, again, because we can't spawn infantry, so we're going to build transporters instead.
Yeah, Sensei's super broken.
Yep. Pretty much like it's agreed by all of the people that Hachi and Sensei are like the 2 most broken COs in the entire game.
Yeah, on Advance Wars by Web, like the automatic bans are Hachi, Colin, Sensei, as well as Kanbei and Grit.
Wait, I thought Grit is not good.
Uh,
It must be...
oh, and in Dual Strike, it's because his CO power charges slower than anyone else, I think.
It has to be something like that, yeah.
But he's like, he's generally is like just 1 extra range for artillery. Is just
Yeah. I mean, like, the meta in Advance Wars Dual Strike is just building infantries, maybe artilleries and tanks. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay, now... Sometimes, again, because we have to move the T-copter, you sometimes just hit the swap button. Okay. So, here's Sensei's power. So, we just get 3 infantries for free. And that's exactly the exact amount that I need for the right side of the map. Okay, so we're going to load this 2, drop this one down there, and then we're going to capture pretty much all of them in the next turn. Okay, that's a is that a good damage?
Oh yeah, and I think in casual play, like this mission wrecks a lot of newer players.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Because if the enemy gets a dual strike and you haven't captured a missile on the, also yeah, that's good. Yeah, if
the ones in like the right side on the bottom-ish.
Yep.
Above the thing, those are like
super deadly because he can just spawn infantry and then use dual strike and instantly capture
the ones
one.
up top. Yeah.
And then you just lost because if the enemy gets one, you automatically lose. Okay, good. We can capture this one, and I think that's good. Okay. Now, the most important part, we have this one. That one is like the one infantry that I tend to forget the most, next to the other one that I still have to capture on Orange Star's side of the map. Okay. And after just defeating them, like just using all the missiles, we can just attack the Black Obelisk. Yeah, it's the Black Obelisk, I think. Okay. Okay, like the movement doesn't really matter there. Okay, that's good. We're going to swap. Then we're going to launch a final missile. Okay. We see a lot of more explosions on the top screen. And now we can attack the obelisk, because otherwise you would just deal 1 damage. Okay. Then we're going to use that. The anti-airs for the infantry. Then we can use Grim CO power. And this should, if I did discuss correctly, this one just one-shots. Yeah, good. At least 100 damage. Okay, and that's Crystal Calamity in less than probably 5 or 6 minutes.
Damn.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, but I get 34 power, so...
Super cool.
Yeah. So, like, probably like a couple of elitists in the Advanced Wars community say, well, this sucks, it's not an S rank. Duh. You should have killed more units, but I don't care. Okay, so this is a 2-minute cutscene where we can skip. So, it's...
Story.
Story. Oh yeah, story in Advance Wars. So what... That's
Actually pretty good.
Yeah, you can probably tell the story about this game.
I mean, not exactly from Dual Strike, because that's the one I played the least, but like generally... I mean, I played the other 2, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like in Advance Wars, generally, like you have a lot of good guys, and then suddenly there's the bad guys, and you know, that try to take over the world, and you kind of don't like them taking over the world, and you try to stop them. And
that is the plot of pretty much every Advance Wars game.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, the turning thing is that just the bad guy is kind of are kind of different guys every single time. That's like the catch, so you don't have to fight the same commanders in like 3 games over and over again. So like there's at least a little twist.
Okay, so after this cutscene, the third part of gating starts, and that's where everything gets crazy. Especially like most of the strategies. Okay, first of all, we're getting 4 new characters, which is Sami, Grit, Eagle. That's
Oh
it.
boy.
That's it. Yeah. They're
Shoutouts to Eagle.
Yeah.
Best boy.
also there's Sonya, but nobody cares about her.
Oh yeah, that chick. She exists.
Who's that?
The daughter of the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
Adder's my CEO.
Oh no.
Adder is not in the campaign.
Yeah.
That's the issue. Okay, so we got 4 new CEOs, but we also have some. We have to fight some of the older ones. Okay, let me set this up real quick. So Dark Ambition is a mission that requires a little bit of setup. Snow, no, Road Rage and Icebreaker. Okay, we have to pair her up, pair him up with Jess. Jess has to use direct defense. Snowbreaker, Road Rage is good, and I think the last one is. Doesn't really matter. This one. Oh no, it's cannon damage. Okay. Remembering strats, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Maybe you should have made notes or something.
What are notes? Please. Please. It's
Writing down things.
No. Okay, that's good. Yeah, usually I have notes open for skills if I don't really remember them. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to rush for the missiles to launch them both at the same turn, and with the other units we're just going to move forward. So Eagle is the air specialist, like aerial specialist. So all of his aerial units deal more damage, and he's just really good in general. It's like if you're starting to play this game, he's pretty good.
Yes.
So one of you should just probably explain what Eagle also does. Because
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Since he's my favorite guy.
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
So, Eagle, as like his shtick is that he's just like fast, and that it's like converted in his like superpower, where he can, if you activate his superpower, all of his units except the infantry can just move again, which is just kind of a little bit broken. But it's like the downside of it is that it generally takes quite a long time to get it like full.
However, because they realized, in Advance Wars 2 he gets just an offensive boost on his CO power, we're going to give him his double movement on the CO power. However, this also means that all of his units deal less damage.
Oh yeah, he has like a.
That's the penalty of getting the move twice.
Bless you, son.
Okay, so we launch those missiles on those 2 units so they join together later. Okay, now I have to destroy this pipe, then this rocket destroys this anti-air, this stealth goes for the medium tank, this copter goes for the enemy copter, this bomber goes for the neo tank, then we move this one forward, and now we are going to use Eagle CO power. Now with all the offensive skills that we set up on Eagle, we still managed to one-shot quite a lot of things. Okay, so we're going to destroy that one, we're going to destroy the anti-air, close to destroy this medium tank, this copter, and that's it.
Oh yeah, maybe also a little detail I kind of forgot. Eagle is like the air guy, so all of his air units do like additional damage and stuff. But the downside to that is that all of his naval units kind of suck. So that's like his thing.
He's part of the Green Earth faction, which always specializes into one particular type of units.
Yes.
The only exception is Javier in Duels, which is just got into Dual Strike. Yeah, he's okay for the final. He's pretty much really good for the final mission, and that's it. So
Yeah, he's like only as good as the number of comm towers.
Oh yeah, they introduced that in this game.
Yeah.
comm towers. What are these things? They're actually super important, so I should explain that. So comm towers increases the offensive power by
10%.
10%, yeah. There is a skill that gives an additional 5, which we're going to use in 2 missions, which is on maybe 2 missions. The first one is Ring of Fire, because that one is really useful, and the last one is Means to an End. Yep.
When you get extra 5% with Javier, would that give him the extra defense as well?
No, I think it's just offense.
Okay. Because yeah, Javier, one of his abilities is that he gets 10% for defense as well as the offense for the comm towers. And it's his powers just increase the amount it is. Like it's like plus 30%. It goes to plus 30 for offense and defense for any number of comm towers he has. So it's like if there's 4, he's literally invincible. You cannot kill any of his units.
Yep. Okay, so that's probably for like
Super Zero.
yeah. So I'm going to use, as you may have noticed, I'm going to use an old favorite in the Advance Wars series, which is Sami. He's no, I'm not gonna say that. She's one of the great CEOs in the campaign. So I'm actually going to cheese this mission and go into doing a dual strike and capture the HQ immediately. Even though like the HQ is on the complete opposite corner. Okay, so I'm going to drop this infantry and I'm going to switch to Jake because at this point Sami can just fill up her CO power and she has to move last to capture the HQ. That's pretty much Sami's CO power, which lets you capture any building instantly with an infantry. You can pretty much win most of the games immediately. By that, but it's kind of difficult to pull off. Oh, I actually got the dual strike ready immediately. Okay, cool. So I'm going to use dual strike, and it's really important that I move the unit correctly. If I don't do that, I will get caught, and this is bad. So if I use the touchscreen at this point and just point at the HQ, it's a 50-50 to... Okay. It's a 50-50
Right down,
to...
right? Yeah.
It's a 50-50 if I crash into the anti-air, which is conveniently next to the HQ, or just capture the HQ. So that's why I'm switching between touchscreen and the D-pad. If you may have figured it out by that point. Okay, that's normally also a really hard mission, but yeah, we managed to finish it in 3 days.
Sami's kind of useful for speedruns.
Ring of Fire. That's a mission where I have a love-hate relationship. It's one of the most interesting strategies, but it's also one of the most annoying ones. Basically what I want to do is I want to kill all the infantries, and to do that I have to use grit in this mission. Okay, that's Comm Tower and Road Rage. And top screen doesn't matter. I also have to turn auto CO off because I'm not going to do anything on the top screen again. However, there is... No, actually, I'm going to move 2 units. Okay. So, yeah, you should probably explain grid because grid is... Actually, grid is super easy to explain. But yeah, one of you. Okay. So,
sure.
grid is one of the range...
Can I actually... What?
What?
I thought you said you were going to, sorry.
Oh.
Or you wanted us to. Yeah.
It's fine. I guess I can just do that. Okay, so grid is the range CO expert. And so what he gets is... I just realized something. I messed up a movement. Yeah, it's really important that I have to do the movement exactly the same. If I don't do that, yeah, everything gets screwed up. So I'm going to do probably 1 or 2 saves throughout the mission. Okay. So grid is a ranged unit expert, so all his artillery and rockets and missiles gain 1 extra range. And that is really helpful in this mission because we kinda have a lot.
And do more
units.
damage?
Yeah, and oh yeah, it also deals more damage, but that's like... No, that's actually really important for that one as well. Okay. So the first save that I'm going to do is after day 1, and the reason for that is there is a damage roll that I have to get, and even if I set up the skills properly, I should save. Okay. Good. Also, yeah, saving takes quite a lot of time. That's why we usually just skip the saves. Okay. 5 is good. Okay, he uses Cole uses the CO power. The reason why we want Cole to use CO power is he gets +1 move for every unit he has, and it's really convenient that all of the units get 1 extra movement, because that changes the pattern that the infantry is not trying to capture the base on the top left corner. Okay, if the if I forgot to turn off the auto CO, but it's fine. We can still fix it. Related, it's wasting a little bit of time, but that's cool. Okay. Also, there are like 3 rings. The central ring, which has a lot of black holes units, and then the outer ring, which is most likely have the same. And I actually have to reset that. Forgot something again.
Feels bad, man.
Look, this mission is again really hard to remember everything. Okay, so that's what I have to do first. Okay, he's going to use the CO power. That's good. Yeah, and I forgot to turn off auto CO again. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Sometimes when you give up a mission or when you reset, it saves this. It does save the savings, and sometimes it doesn't. It's really weird. Okay. Yeah, he moves forward. That's okay. Actually, maybe like those units moving forward could be beneficial later on. But like what I just have to do on the top screen, I have to place 1 anti-air on the HQ, and then I'm pretty much safe for the rest of it. Okay. So Ring of Fire. That's a remake of the mission called Rain of Fire from Advance Wars 2. I think you may want to explain that, Xanaris.
Yeah, that's that's like one of the worst missions in Advance Wars 2, where like the basic, like the gimmick of the area is that there's a volcano in the middle, as here, and it just spits out like flaming balls, and when your units get hit by it, it kind of sucks. In the speedrun of Advance Wars 2, it especially sucks because it is kind of random what the one enemy tank does, and you need him to do the one specific thing in order to win, and it either can take like, you can do it first try, or you can sit there and reset you know, the turn for like 10 minutes straight, and you don't get the right thing, and you sit there crying.
Yeah, I also did runs of Advance Wars 2. That was pretty much the mission that just broke me. I never wanted to do a run of Advance Wars 2 ever again.
That mission in specific sucks really bad, like, but everything else is kind of cool.
Okay, so the reason why we're not doing anything on the top screen is, again, it's not mandatory to win. The only actually to win on the top screen, you have to capture all those 4 cities. But it just wastes so much time, it's not even worth it. Also, the reason why we place an anti-air into the HQ is to... okay, now I actually have to hit the damage roll. Is that good? Good, okay. I'm going to drop this one here. Now, our super is ready, but we're not going to use it yet. Okay. It's here. That one destroys that one. Good. Destroys the infantry. So that's one of the 2 infantries of the on the map destroyed. And the second one is on the top side. And we're going to snipe it down with Grid's CO power, which increases his attack range by 1 again, and gives him more offensive power. And this is more than enough to one-shot it. So this mission, again, it has a lot of things going on. So we have to, first of all, we have to manipulate the AI to use certain things. Then we have to... No, it's fine. Okay. I was just thinking about something.
The win condition is to capture the 4 cities around the volcano, right?
No, not really. Like on the top screen it is, but on the bottom screen you just either like you just wipe out the entire army and win. Okay, move this one up. This one goes here. This one goes there. I think I messed up already, but it's I can salvage this. That's fine. It will waste like another probably 1.5 or 2 minutes already, which is not the thing that I hoped, but it's Advance Wars. It's kind of rough to run this game. Okay, so now we destroyed the second infantry. So we prevented the enemy to not build anything at this point. Okay, now we move this one up there. I think that one.
Since only infantry can capture buildings
that one
and
is
stuff.
one shot. Okay, that's fine. That one just moves forward and check again. Okay, now again, Cole is going to use a superpower, which gives him 2 movement instead of 1 extra.
Does he get extra damage on roads for that as well?
Yeah, I think so too. But again, it's pretty much irrelevant for the
Yeah.
speedrun of it. Okay, now I have to be careful on what to do next, because now now it's like everything out of order that it has to be. But I think I'm fine on. Like I can finish this mission, but depending on what I do, I have to adjust a little bit.
Oh, apparently Grit doesn't get any more damage from his super CO power than his CO power for indirects. That's what one guy's saying here, who seems knowledgeable.
Could be, yeah.
It's like you get extra range, which contextually can be a big thing, but neat.
Good to know, actually. So
The more you know.
okay, it's good. I think no, we don't have any. What's going on? Yeah, like this mission is just this mission is one of the longest one, and it's really annoying. Okay, so we put this one here, and I think I moved. Oh, this one
Yeah,
as
so
well.
the problem about Advance Wars speedrunning is in the later levels when the enemies have like what feels like 30 units and they move all of them, every turn gets longer and longer and longer. And then the map itself is like, I don't know, like 10 turns long, and then it just takes forever, even though it's like
the
not
final
super
mission,
hard.
the final missions in Advance Wars 1 and 2 are really bad for that.
Yeah, you and the enemies have what feels like 50 units, and it just takes, everything takes forever.
Yep.
Like, yeah, in the War Groove, it's like a spiritual successor to Advance Wars Fire
I
Emblem
think I
type.
can. Okay.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah, they like they just have like sections where it's like until you move into it, they just they don't move, which is nice.
Okay, now there's there is the part where I just have to adjust to everything that happens.
Oh yeah, and AI B-copters will never attack an anti-air, so he's like,
Oh yeah, that's the thing about the top screen. That's totally what I forgot to mention, because that's
Yeah.
the thing that prevents me to lose from on the top screen. I got a bad damage roll again. Oh my god. Okay, that's going to be very interesting. Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire. Okay, that's good. That's not the one thing I wanted to attack, but
yeah,
it's okay. It's
it
okay.
works out.
It still works out. We'll move this one forward. We drop it down there. Oh, we can actually build a rocket here.
Yeah, we never really talked about this, but there's if you play Advance Wars long enough, you just notice certain things that the AI just doesn't do. For example, like we just mentioned, helicopters don't attack like the anti-air units there. That's just the thing that.
Also,
Yes.
they think APCs are the most worthwhile thing to.
Yes.
Oh
attack.
yes.
Yeah, there's just certain things you notice if you play this long enough, and some of these things you abuse in the speedrun because you know for a fact that they're exactly gonna do the one thing or they're not gonna do the one thing.
I lost the damage roll again. Oh my god. Okay, that's like that's a really low chance to.
No, rocket hit it with a CO power.
Nope.
Oh.
Wouldn't work because I don't have CO power already. No,
Right.
I don't. Now I just have to move everything forward actually, and this one goes probably like this, and cause. Yeah. Okay. Now I just have to adjust everything on the fly. according to. 108. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Shout out to the music of this game.
Yep.
Or of any Advance Wars game.
And now here's the silly thing that I'm going to do. I'm going to surrender on the top screen. This actually prevents off a lot of things. So the enemy cannot get his dual strike available. It's not available. Okay, that one needs one extra. Okay,
That is pretty clever.
I should use the CO power now. And pray that I get the good damage roll. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
You need to be very careful when using Crit's powers, because his range just gets stupid large.
Yep. Also, these APCs are really annoying to deal with as well.
Were you going for the ooze there, or the?
Yep, I'm waiting for now, because I really want to control everything real quick. Oh, yeah, now I can do that. Okay. Whew, okay, at least bottom side is cleared. Now I just have to face those two artilleries. Okay. I think I should be able to destroy all of the artilleries within 2 more days. So now I can just destroy the Uzium. Move this one up here. Destroy that. I think put it there.
Move artilleries, or is that not necessary?
That one is not really necessary. I don't think they're going to move at all. Okay, that's good, because now we can just split up.
He has extra defense, but it's.
I don't think it's...
I think you should still be able to kill it, yeah.
Should be, because I have like 2 comm towers and...
Unlucky, dude.
Okay, another one. Oh no, that one doesn't. That one is okay. Good. That's how you're not supposed to do... yeah, okay, that's not how you're supposed to do Ring of Fire in the speedrun.
Well, but you won. That's like the most important
Yep.
thing.
The AI switched to Cole when Calamity was a choice, like...
There is a legitimate reason for that. That's...
Oh! Well...
yeah. CO? No. Yeah, the chopper is gonna take care of it. Man, this mission sucks.
That's a gift.
That's Ring of Fire, dude.
Freaking Ring of Fire, man. Okay, good. Now we managed to do that, so...
S rank.
How did I get an S rank?
Yeah, this is how this game works. If you go fast, you get a B. If you just, I don't know, don't do that, you get an S.
I can't believe it, how trash that was. Okay, surrounded. After that mission, we actually need to know which COs we're going to play. So you have like 2 or 3 minutes to get some last donations in. Okay, so surrounded is a capture mission, so we have to capture 4 comm towers. Okay, Sami, great. Rachel, that's good. Okay, so we have to capture those comm towers in each of the corner, and we're going to do that by using Sami again, and we're going to build an APC just to transport the unit. Then we're going to attack this anti-air, sacrifice this recon, cause whatever, and end the turn. Then we're going to move with the APC, drop this infantry down there. Yeah. So the reason why we put why we sacrifice all of our units on Arnsar is just to get Sami's CO power ready, which should be doable. And while we're also setting up the capture, so that's why we're doing silly stuff. Okay, that's good. I should actually switch those to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think that's good. Okay.
Can I do a quick shout out?
Yeah, sure.
I want to talk about one of our partners, Dieri. Dieri has a special offer designed for ESA, 3 shirts and a pin. Check out their merch at www.dieri.com/ESA, which is THEYETEE, because every $5 per shirt and $4 per pin goes directly to our Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation charity.
Yeti makes great shirts, by the way. I can approve of this.
I can't.
Wow. The shirt I'm wearing right now is from the Yeti. Not from this event, but from another.
Okay. Okay, so again, we're going to capture 3 of the 4 comm towers, and the 4th one is going to Rachel, so Rachel takes all the credit for doing absolutely nothing, except for capturing 1 building. But hey, look,
Hey, you got an
Rachel's-
S rank at least.
Rachel is probably my favorite new CO of the Advanced Wars series.
What's weird is that like her CO power is sometimes a lot better than her super CO, which is like 3 minutes. Like
No, her super is really good.
yeah, but it's like in large maps, I
Yeah.
guess.
Okay, we need to know who is going to be in the final mission.
For the future!
Let me just refresh a couple of times to
Okay.
see if there are any snipes. But from what I'm seeing right now, it's going to be Jake and Rachel.
Jake and Rachel, okay. So, I guess we're going to end it with the units that we started with, which is Rachel and Jake. Okay. I will probably just explain what I'm going to do right
So this is
now.
the last mission of the game.
Yep.
Might want to emphasize on that.
Yeah. Okay.
The
So
last was the ooze one.
no, that's no. The last mission is the Ooze one.
Yeah,
that
this
one
is
is just
penultimate
for the
mission.
future. Is
Oh.
for the future is the second last mission.
Second last.
Okay. I might have to explain something about the final mission. I've talked a lot about it, and the reason for that is the make or break of any run that makes it past Ring of Fire. I usually refer it as memes to an end because it is probably like the worst mission in the entire game, and I hate it. Okay, I get the kill, but that's not what I wanted. I guess I'm just going to attack the copter. Okay. Okay, so I'm using Eagle's double tap, so I can just
Oh boy.
I can just fly forward with the bomber. I didn't get the optimal flight pattern in that case, so it will take another 2 days, I think, to
What's the
finish this mission.
objective of this mission?
We have to destroy the obelisk on the top side of the map. And because, again, it's great map design, you can just use Eagle and fly with your bombers to the target. Okay. Also, like, I don't even care to talk about the other 2 armies. Okay. Okay, we're going to destroy that one. I think it's good. Okay. Phew. I almost beefed up. Okay. Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The reason why memes to an end is called like that is it is entirely reliant on the top screen, which we cannot control. We can aid it a little bit by sending units to the top screen, but it's a marathon run. I don't expect it to be a good memes. So I'm going to explain the strategy while going through the mission. So yeah, we destroyed the black obelisk. We finished this mission. It's really easy to do. We get 27 power, but who cares? We have 33 minutes left. Okay, should be doable. Should be doable if nothing goes wrong. Okay, so since we're using Jake and Rachel, I'm going to use Rachel on the top screen instead of the bottom one, because I want her to use the superpower to reduces the enemy HP to a really low amount. And there is a lot of tiles that are planes, so Jake also really benefits from that. Okay,
Oh my god, this mission, I just remembered, holy shit.
where's okay, Jake. Those 2, we're going to use... Oh yeah, cost reduction, of course. So we're going full offense on Jake, and Rachel... Okay, no, Rachel is actually fine, now that I think about it. May get capture +2 and capture +1 instead. So it just guarantees us that we can actually capture the comm towers on the top screen. Okay, I'm going to build an infantry and a copter on their first turn. I'm going to send the copters to the bottom of the screen because there are 4 infantries that will always capture like a couple of cities, and I really want them to prevent. I really want to prevent that. And with the other choices with Sami and Eagle, it's pretty much the same strategy. With Javier and Grim, it's a really silly strategy where you're pretty much locking down those 2 bases on the top side of the map. And it's also really, it's much harder to do. Okay, I think I have one more. I can build one more infantry. That's good. Okay. So what I'm going to do with the infantry is I'm just going to capture everything as fast as possible. I'm going to send the copters down to fight those infantries. And then after that, I'm just turtling and try to get lucky on the top screen. Okay, let me check. Okay, a bomber on the top screen. Is that okay? I think the fighter just one-shots the bomber. Yeah, okay. That's unfortunate. But we still have 2 anti-airs. The problem is, okay. Now
Urban Blight.
Okay, yeah, that's where the Urban Blight spam comes up. And for every Urban Blight she does, it wastes like 5 seconds. Again, it's pretty much out of your control, so we're praying for the best. Okay, so move this one down. And after like we captured everything, we're going to spam Neo tanks and not bombers. The issue with bombers is the enemy has, which is Von Bolt, he is pretty much like Storm 2.0, and all of his units have like increased attack. Okay, the fighter survives with 1 HP, that's good. And she built another bomber, perfect. Okay, let's see, what's the other? I think the other ones are fine. Middle is okay. Left always loses hardcore in the beginning. That only I think like it will be better like the later the mission goes. Okay, so let's capture every city. I don't have anything, can't build anything, so I'm just gonna save up, I guess. Yeah, that's a good decision. Because he has 6k, so he's most likely going to build either 2. Okay, he's going to build an infantry and recon, or 2. He could have also built 2. What are they called? 2 mechs instead. 2 mechs would have been the preferable choice, but the recon doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's where Rachel's superpower comes into play. So now most of the units just lost like 6 or 3 HP at least. And this helps us clear the map much faster. Because the fighter is going to attack the bomber. The bomber is just going forward, and he most likely goes for the pipe runner on the right side first, before going for the crystal. Also, now that the transporter is still alive, we get some more CO power later on. Okay.
Actually, on the bottom screen, would it ever be worth it to build a bomber instead of the B-copters?
Nope.
Okay.
Copters are much faster to build.
Right. Oh, yeah, because you build one and then you don't build them on the same turn. Right.
Exactly. Okay, let's see. Where's... Okay, that one is a little bit too far to the left. Okay. Okay, now I can build a bomber and send it to the top screen. Also, I totally forgot to capture. Ah, whatever. It's fine. That's fine.
Is it, Monkeyes?
No, it's not. Okay, okay, now he builds an anti-air because I just built more infantry and copters. I can just counter that by building Neo-tanks. Neo-tanks are really good at the bottom screen because there's not a lot of things. Okay, now the left crystal is destroyed. I have to, like, we pretty much want the enemy, like, to destroy all the 3 crystals as fast as possible. Left side is most likely not going to help us that much. Okay. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? Okay.
Can I bust in with a donation?
Sure.
We have a $50 donation from Chansey.
Oh, nice.
Saying, I loved playing Advanced Wars growing up, so this is a great treat to see this game being speedrun. Thanks to the runners for enjoyable commentary. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. And for me, that is Witcher 3, bad ending because I like saving frames.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so here's the gimmick of this map. So, because again, it's Advanced Wars Rules, right? This one has a lot of gimmicks. So, at every 6th day, there is Uzim going to spawn at those red dots. Luckily, with the characters that we're using, it's not a big issue because we can just move around it without any big issues. Okay, but let's see what top screen is doing first. Okay, playing super defensive for no reason whatsoever. She built a rocket. What is the bomber doing there? Oh yeah, the bomber's just moved up on the side. Okay, and urban blight spam because yeah.
I mean, the bomber's not in the city, so.
No, it's not. Okay, so we're just going to position ourselves to finish this mission as fast as possible. Okay, I think... Yeah, he's going to get attacked regardless. I think I can not build a neo-tank. Okay. Okay, just attack this one, attack that one. Start capturing this. Okay. Okay, 9.8. I may build a tank or another anti-air. Let me check. Vulnerable Seal Gauge. Oh, the anti-air moved away. That's good. Okay. We built an artillery and a mech. Interesting choice. Okay, I have to admit. So it's last. Okay, it's going to the center.
Bomber? There we go. Oh!
No,
I
that
mean,
that
actually,
always
yeah,
happens.
that's fine, that's
That
fine,
always
yeah.
happens. Nothing that you can do about it.
It wouldn't really speed it up if you hit the crystal because you just want to destroy everything anyway.
Possibly like I wanted.
Oh, a turn because of the healing, right?
That's good. And we actually have to defend this. Now that I've realized, I should build 2 neo tanks, but I can't do that yet. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay. I totally ignored the Uzium there. That's an oopsie. Does it really matter in the end? No, it doesn't. Okay. This middle should be destroyed. The left one is just really annoying to deal with in general. Also, yeah, the 7 HP bomber just moved down first because, and that's why it's called memes.
There's an APC, dude. Gotta get that APC.
Yes. I think
Most important unit of the game. Apparently.
okay, so that's the 3rd neo tank deployed. I think I can just one shot. No, I can't. Actually, that's fine. I can trade with this easily. I actually have to defend now. Okay, I can just put 2 tanks. That should work out, I think.
Looks like there's a lot of improvisation in this mission.
Yep, it is.
More than any other? Well, I guess Ring of Fire, but...
Well...
Okay.
in
Alright,
this-
so... Okay, she's going to use covering fire on the left side, that's pretty much guaranteed. And it puts everything to 1 HP. The problem is, there is nothing that can kill it except for the cruiser. The cruiser doesn't do much, however. Okay, now I have to check what day we are. We're on day 9, okay. Day 9 is okay, I think. So just attack this one for 50. Then move this one all the way. I have to deal with the anti-air. Some more tanks.
Well, in the sequel game to this, Advance Wars 2 Black Hole Rising, in the speedrun of this, there's not a single mission that requires this much improvisation. Every mission is kind of scripted. So this is pretty impressive.
He built a medium. Okay, that's not really good. Okay. Okay. What can I do here? I think I can just... Okay, I can just sacrifice this one. That one. Let me check the range. I may want to move this one all the way here. So he goes for the... that's not what I wanted to attack, but okay. May actually start using up his superpower, so I may place a Neo Tank just for safety. Okay, he has a super ready next turn. The problem is, can I finish? No, I can't. Does he build another medium tank? That's fine.
Can I throw a quick info in?
Yeah, sure.
We have another incentive going on during the run after Advance Wars. This is for Splatoon 2, choosing the hairstyle and the character, basically, of the run. For now, Girl with a Ponytail is in the lead, so if you want to snipe something, you have a couple of minutes before this run ends, and then we'll close the bid wall.
Okay, now Von Bolt is going to use his super, and I really hope it doesn't hit one of the two Neo tanks on the top side of the map.
It's based on like the concentration of unit value, right?
Yes, okay,
Okay.
good. Yeah, normally it is, but sometimes he just says, no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I think I can finish the next turn. Maybe I have to do one more extra.
Oh wait, the top left is Uzium.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Oh right, because it's your
it's
turn,
okay. It's
not
it's
his.
my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna finish up with the dual strike. I could technically just not use it, but I'm gonna do that. Also, yeah, we are actually going to have a dual strike that is more powerful because they're synergizing well. Okay, so I deal 71, then I will change, and this should definitely deal more than 30 damage. If it doesn't, well, okay, then I kind of ruined it. Okay, so it always launches onto those units, and this should be enough. Okay, 52, more than that. Okay, easy. Whew. I think that's a day 13 victory. Okay, it's all right. A day 13 victory is good. No, it's actually pretty bad, but like the fastest one that you can do is 10. Sometimes you can even do 9, but it requires Eagle on the top screen, but that one is super random to get. Okay, now we just have to mash through the text, and the time is going to stop after the campaign clear screen comes up. Alright, now we just mash A. Nope, don't. No, 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 no.
How long?
I will tell you. I guess we can just like... Yeah, technically, like normally in speedruns, it's just like the last input, but we decided because like the last thing that you do is like 5 minutes of credits, and yeah, I'm not really agreeing on like watching the credits on like other speedruns.
Also, like it's like, oh, are you willing to shoot the chair and then kill him? Where it's like he's a soldier, like he's I don't know why all of a sudden it's like, wow, you can't hurt people.
Yeah, that's I think like the choices in the end don't really matter. I said in 2015 it loses like 10 seconds, but it's I've retimed that one. It's like such a little difference. It doesn't really matter. Just mash it. Okay, so now that we destroyed those 3 cores, the Uzium building is just going to explode. Hawk is going to sacrifice himself for a greater cause, and after that more explosion, we get our last victory screen. Is it an S rank? It definitely isn't. It's A, okay. That's usually the case. Okay, and with that being said, we're done. Wait.
It is. Yeah, hype.
1:33:31. Okay, that beat my last marathon run by like 30 minutes. So it's yes, it was like with the new strats, it became like 5 minutes faster. Also, that one was, except for like the 2 worst missions, I pretty much played it all right, I guess.
What's your PB?
My PB is a 1:22:23.
Oh,
It's not perfect. I think I messed up Dark Ambition.
Like Ring of Fire went well.
Yeah, Ring of Fire never goes well. Never. Means to an End was really good though. I think it was a day 10 or day 11 victory. Like either getting a day 10 or day 11 is good. A day 12 can make some issues, and day 13 is just trash.
so
okay,
would you rate this speedrun A? Like in your final mission?
Sorry?
Like gradings at the end of the mission, this speedrun, would you give it an A
Oh shit.
or a B?
I would give it a D tier because it was so bad. Okay, I think yeah, they're just going to have a happy ending.
We saved the world from
We
the evil
saved the
guy.
world. There is not a more desertation going on, I would say, and yeah. Now a flower grows onto the sand. Cool. And yeah, I think since we're so far behind the schedule, I guess I'm just gonna cut it off. So I'm gonna give a couple of shoutouts real quick. So first shoutout I have to give to Nadine, or AKA Nandina. She's my wife. She probably just keeps me always cheered up if something bad happens in general. Yeah, best girl ever. Also, she's my wife, so I have to say that. Then again, shoutouts to Electorn and DXDYDCD. That did pretty much like all of the strategies of this game. Probably DXD is not really happy about that run because I made a lot of mistakes, but I don't care. Also shoutouts to Ascent, before known as Tides. Couple of good friends of mine that I usually play games with, and all of you guys that donated for this run, watch this run at 6:20 in the morning. Maybe like in the Americans,
In America, it's like midnight or so.
yeah, it's still midnight. So for everyone that is still watching this run, yeah, thanks guys, and that's it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed the run, and one more thing, it is always important to stay hydrated. Goodbye.
Stay hydrated, kids.